mate. That's better. What's happening? Are people on board? Good morning. How are you? Oh, I am not. Definitely not a morning person. I can't even see anyone's online because my bin's on. Oh yeah, there's a few of you online. Good morning. How are you? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'll put my bins on so I can see you. That would be a start. Bosh. Morning, morning. How are you? Just give me a second to focus. Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is it all good? Morning, morning, morning. A few people on board. More than I thought would be, to be honest. Clearly you all haven't got proper jobs like me either. Is the sound okay? All good. Lovely. Brilliant. Okay. Sorry. I'm tanned up to the maximum, by the way. Thanks for tuning in. So the fixtures are out in 15 minutes. I've got Sky here on my MacBook, so we can watch them come out. I think it'll be on Sky. Is that where they're going to come out? I would have thought. And then once the original release comes out, that's when we'll go with it. You may notice that the camera is better today. That's because I've now got a new iPhone 11, and I usually stream off my MacBook. I'm not doing it anymore. It's shit. And I've got all the light and everything, but even where I live, I'm moving soon anyway, but the lighting just seems shit. I'm not happy with the setup at the minute, so apologies for that, but I'm sure we'll get through it. I'll try and be a dick and make you laugh for a change or something like that, and that should be better. But yeah, see, look, this is not good. Well, look at the height on the barnet the first thing in the morning. Just get that bit so you can actually see me properly. Bang. All right, I'm happy with that. How are we, everyone? You all right? Who do we want? It's a bit different this season, isn't it? Because it's not, who do we want first game? We're not going to be going. So I suppose who do you want if you've got a season ticket on October the 1st? I have heard a rumour. I'm sure some of you, it's not a rumour. I got forwarded a message last night on WhatsApp, but it had been forwarded on from whoever sent it to me as well. And it said we've got first game of the season, that we've got Stoke at home, and then we've got Rotherham away. I don't know how true that is. As I say, it was just a text message that I got forwarded on to me from one of my mates on a WhatsApp group. So who knows? Who knows if that's true? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my video at the minute because I can't really see the comments. They're very, very small on that. So if I go live on that, you might have just heard me. I can read my own comments. There we go. John Willis, hello mate, how are you? You said, good chat with Benjamin Bloom knows his football, mate. I actually felt a little bit embarrassed about how much he knows. You know, all this stuff that he said about, what's it called? The parachute payments, which clubs in their first season of parachute payments, which clubs in their second season of parachute payments. I've never considered any of this. So, yeah, mate, very, very, very eye-opening and very good. I don't ever do collaborations. I don't agree with them because it isn't the Millwall way. We're going to war with people here. We're not going to be their mates and talk about who made the best man win. No, bollocks. We're going to war and we'll do whatever we can to win that war. But Benjamin Bloom now does, his channel is just for the championship and it is really, really good. And I'm looking at him banging videos out every day thinking, because I know what's involved in getting these videos out and having the knowledge of Millwall to get these videos out. And he's doing it for every team in the championship. So, full credit to him. He's a lovely, lovely fella. I've known him for a couple of years now. Had a few chats with him. But that's the first video we've done together, and I'll definitely be, if he's up for it, which I'm sure he will be, getting him back on the channel, at points during the season to see how he thinks we're going and stuff like that. So hopefully that will be a little bit of a regular one with him. Yeah, that's right. Danny Chappell saying as many away games as possible to start with. Correct, Dan. Very, very true. That is... that's exactly what we want because we can't go to them anyway. I'm hearing that there's, I don't know how true it is. I'm hearing Rotherham away is going to be the first game. Stoke at home first, Rotherham away second. We'll find out in 12 minutes if that's true or not. Yeah, Joe Omar, how are you, mate? I just feel like I ain't seen you for fucking ages, Joe. You need to do a video or something together. Joe said he's not as excited, to be honest, fixtures. Yeah, I know. Bit shit, mate, innit? Simon Patterson, morning. Yeah, Joe, what Joe saying is right, and what I said at the beginning. We all want, who do you want first and who do you want last? I'll be honest, I think it may come to the case we don't go to an away game all season. I think it could come to that. My bonnet looks horrific, by the way, sorry. I've literally just woken up, just walked straight at him and set up the cameras. Made myself a Bill Rothing. What are we all drinking this morning? What do we drink in the morning? I'm not really a major tea or coffee drinker. I am a coffee drinker in the winter. And I'll drink tea all year round if there's a pack of custard creams on offer to dunk, the whole pack at once. Stop waving my pen about, I can see it on the camera there. But yeah, not really a mad tea drinker. I do like a coffee in the morning. What are we all saying? Neil Gillett, morning. Paul Gaines, morning. Boys, how are you? Henry Salter says, Benjamin Bloom knows a lot. Fucking not wrong, Henry. Kevin Ayers, Dan, do we have a date when we can get back to the den? Yes, Kev. And that date is the 1st of October for season ticket holders only. And a very small majority of season ticket holders, yeah. 6,000 in total, I think. I haven't got my season ticket yet. I haven't got it. So it could be the case of me not being there for the first games. But I will try and pull some strings. If the season tickets come available to buy the next 900, I'm going to have to try and grab one. If not, I'm going to have to try and bend the players here to give me some tickets. Which I don't really want to do. Oh my God. Fraser, is that actually you? Morning, Fraser. All right. Sorry, my 6-year-old son, who I didn't even know had YouTube, just commented. That's just blown my mind. How are you, boy? You all right, Fraser? Coming to pick you up in a minute, mate. Going out for the day. Sorry, that's made me feel really weird. But yeah, anyway, the fixtures are out in 12 minutes. I can't believe that's you, Fraser. Is it really you? It'd be a bit weird if it wasn't. Where are we going today, Fraser? Do you want to go crazy golf again? We'll have a conversation off camera when I see you. Yeah, so what else did I hear on the excuse me, on the rumour front? What else did I hear? 60 people watching. On the rumour front, I heard that I think it was Coventry or something, Coventry at home, New Year's Day, Coventry away, last game of the season. I'm absolutely tanned up, by the way. That's all that walking I've been doing. Yes, Connor Perry. Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, Connor, I've read your comment. I won't make it public, but there you go. Right. Morning all, says Paul. Right, so I'm saying that, well, I don't think we're going to get to an away game this season, if I'm honest. I know that's really harsh, but what I've said previously is what we want the Rotherhams, the Middlesbroughs, the Prestons, the Sheffield Wednesdays. Although they're nice grounds, I've been to all of them. So personally, I want them ticked off and out of the way early doors before the lockdown's over. Because if we get them later on, that's not going to be as good for me. I'd rather get them ones there, because if we do get Wickham, Norwich, Bournemouth, who's the other one that I keep saying? Norwich, Wickham, Bournemouth, Watford early, we're not going to be able to go anyway. So let's have all the away games far away. Being Millwall, we know which way around we're going to get it. We're going to get it the way we don't want it, but we want it all the away games far away early on in the season, and hopefully after Christmas, when maybe we can get to an away games. There's no guarantee we can have Wickham. I've not done Wickham before. Norwich, I've done both times, but I just like their away day. It's up the road. It's a nice ground. We'll probably get beat, but it's still always good games. And Watford, I love as an away day. Just remember as a kid going, ever since I go every year on the train with my mates, and Alex Ray seemed to score the winner every year. Obviously, of course, was there that day with my mate Philly Collier, who could be watching. The day we beat Watford 4-1, Neil Harris's comeback. Remember that, Phil? What's the day that was? Well, Bournemouth, I've done. I did Bournemouth. I've only done Bournemouth once, and when I did Bournemouth, the goal, we drew 1-1, and am I going to say that right? No. I think he said Mark Steen scored our goal. I knew he didn't ever play for Mill. Mark Bright scored our goal. I think it's the only goal he ever scored for the club. 1-1 against Bournemouth. Went with Matt Blinch and his old man, big legend Paul Blinch, on the train. Patricia Mazin, if you're watching, Matt Blinch, obviously your son. And yeah, that was about 1994, 5 it must have been. windy out there today, kids. No walking today. I've done my calf a little bit of damage. Repeat and can't read that name, but it says, I think Millwall Brentford away, first game of the season. Kevin Ayres says, nice Barney. Yeah, that is unfortunately what the morning Barney looks like around here, mate. I've got curly hair naturally, so it is what it is, mate. It's too early. I've got to get this done, and then as one of my sons just commented, I'm off out for the day. So yeah, four videos on the spin. I'm really trying to up it again this year. Trying to get out, be a little bit fitter, be a little bit of a better person, get up early, get me walking done, come back, bang some videos out. That's why I've had Benjamin Bloom on the channel. You know, that's why I did a weekly roundup show. That's why I've been twice live now this week. There'll be nothing out over the weekend, and then early next week I'm hoping to get Casey Keller. Well, I have got Casey Keller, but I just got to arrange it with him. He's picking a time to ring him. I've been given his number, but I don't actually know where he lives in America. I don't know if it's West Coast or whether it's East Coast. So once I find that out, I will call him at an appropriate time, shall we say, and crack on, get him on board. I'm chasing Keith Stevens. I'm hoping to get Keith Stevens on board next week as well. So what a week that will be for the fan base of Lions TV and for me personally. Two massive ex-Millwall players. Right, we're getting close. 7 minutes. Bristol City away, first game of the season, says Anthony Jessup. I've been to Bristol City a few times, but I don't mind. Actually, it was a bit of a poxy trip last time I went there. Ex-Bindham, sorry, my eyes are a bit playing up this morning. Ex-Bindham says, desperate for a good start to the season. We always seem to get good near the end. That is absolutely spot on. To be fair, I was saying that to someone yesterday. We notoriously start bad, don't we, in every division we're in. I don't know why that is. And Gary Rowett actually, I think he commented on that yesterday. I don't know if it's on the club's official feed or if it was on News at Den. It was on something, definitely. I saw a little article and it said that Gary Rowett is trying to eliminate this notoriously slow start that we always seem to have and try and hit the ground running. After lockdown, we struggled a bit at first, didn't we? Then we didn't really ever get going until the last game of the season. We absolutely spanked Huddersfield. But yeah, I just hope we deal with the start of this season a lot better. The season starts, by the way, 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks tomorrow? A week tomorrow we're at Crawley. We've got Crawley in the cup, I think. And then the week after, that's it, we're in. I think it's 2 weeks. I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I should know that because it's my job. But there you go. So I think 2 weeks today. Tomorrow, sorry. This is why I shouldn't stream early in the morning. 2 weeks tomorrow, we're in. Mick Robinson. There you go. That's what I need. I need people to give me energy this morning. I'm going to thrive off what Mick has just said. Sorry, Mick. Morning, Dan. I reckon we will finish third. I don't know if you watched that Benjamin Bloom video, but if you get the chance, watch it. And everything he said, spot on. You know, the factors we need to go right. Every factor you need to go right for that to happen. I mean, it's not impossible. It's nearly happened before in the Championship. We've had 2 very good finishes out of the 3 seasons. We've been back in it. 8th, and I think obviously the other one was it 20th? We just missed the drop back end of 2 seasons ago under Neil Harris. You need all these factors to go right. You need your players to stay fit. So despite everything we say about, the Mill way, stick it on teams, you do need, even if you make good signings for very little amounts of money, you still always need an element of luck. We rely heavily on that because obviously our squads aren't as deep. We haven't got the clientele and the players. So we would always be a little bit reliant on the amount of luck that we get. Bradley Watson says, I think we will be in the top 10 for definite. Yeah, I think we will be. And what I also said yesterday to Benjamin Bloom, which made sense to me anyway, it made sense. I'll just say this and then I'll cut off because we need to get on the fixtures. Is that we've had 3 seasons back in the champ. 8th, 20th, I think, and 8th. So because it's been so close, because it's been within reaching distance, then you get dangled that carrot. You want that carrot. That's how it works. So if we know as Millwall fans, listen, we're happy to be established in the Championship, 12th to 15th for a decent cup run. That's all we really want. If we could kick on and get promoted for a season or 2, then that would be absolutely brilliant. But if it doesn't happen, that's fine. But I think because we've been so close to it, 2 out of 3 seasons. Just to say, once the dream's there, you want to grab that dream, and it hasn't happened. But look, 3 seasons back. If we finish this season, if I'm sitting here this time next year saying 5 seasons back in the Championship, then I'll be happy. They're just showing a little bit of Wickham footage on thing. I'm going to go on. I've got a little shitty old phone, and on that I'm going to go on Millwall Twitter, because just in case something goes wrong, I like to cover all angles. You should have seen this statement this morning trying to set up. I was dragging things all over the place, making silly mistakes, like dragging stuff around. It was carnage. Carnage, bruv. Carnage, right. So let's get on the old Millwall twitting feed, and then once the fixtures are out, I can refer to the phone and we can have a talk about them there. Or I could go on the Millwall website, that'd make more sense, wouldn't it? We'll go on Twitter on that, actually. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself. I do that a lot because I live on my own. A friend of mine lately was saying, she said to me, what are you doing? You talking to me? And I said, no, I just talk to myself a lot. That can happen. Living on your own for 6 years, you start going crackerjack. Right. Let's get on the old Millwall Twitter. By the way, who saw the Troy Parrott video? The club uploaded the fucking highlights. No pressure, Troy. They've stuck it right on him and just put all these goals from the training camp in Edinburgh out on Twitter and Instagram yesterday, and it was doing the rounds. I was amazed, but then what's that funny fucker's name? No, sorry to swear, it's early in the morning. What's the funny geezer's name on Twitter? Jamie. He does the alternative commentary. He done a really funny tweet, like saying like everyone getting excited about Troy Parrott scoring from 6 yards 12 times in a row or something like that. It was good. Jamie Pryor. He's really good on Twitter. He's a funny bloke. Go and have a look at him on Twitter if you get a chance. Right, we're all good to go. Bang. We've got Sky on the MacBook. We've got you lot on the iPhone 11. We've got the Twitter feed on the iPhone pre-Christ. There is 95 people watching. That's more than was watching the other night. Funny enough, the other night when I streamed, I was like, hang on, where is everyone? There's hardly anyone on here. And afterwards, someone texted me, said, you idiot, you streamed during the Champions League semi-final. I didn't even know it was on. That's why obviously a lot of people were rightly so watching the Champions League final. For those loyal ones that still decided to watch my ugly moonhead instead, thank you, and I appreciate that. Right, it's coming close. My Sky might be a little bit behind, by the way, because I'm streaming it for a MacBook. So if you could, well, someone could well find out the fixtures before me, which hopefully won't happen. But there you go. What are you saying? Stoke away, says Ken Clark. Has it come out already? Have I missed it? Don't tell me I've missed it. Come on. Well, I can't have. Because the club haven't tweeted, Ken. Are you getting me out of Kenny, baby, or are you guessing Stoke away? I heard last night, I got a text message, a forwarded text message on a WhatsApp group. Stoke at home, Rotherham away, Coventry at home, New Year's Day, Coventry away, last game of the season. That's a text message I got forwarded from my mate who puts a lot of stuff in the group chat. That ain't true, to be fair. So it could be, there you go. Someone said, sorry, I didn't see your name. Is it Moyes EFL? Said you enjoyed the Benjamin Bloom chat. But I really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed it. That's the first time we've ever done a video together. We spoke before on the phone. We were trying to set something up a long time ago for a little bit of sponsorship. There we go. Oh, come on. It's right. Jake Sanders, we're in. Right, Millwall opening 10 fixtures. So the Sky's obviously behind. Right, we're in. Right, we don't even need to look at Sky now. We can just go straight to, if I can get this off, let's just go straight to Mill's Twitter feed on the MacBook Pro. Sorry, bear with me, please, please. Bear with me, bruv. Right, you can piss off. You can piss off. Bosh. Yeah, that didn't work very well for me, did it? Sorry about that, but there you go. This is what can happen. Let's get on Twitter. Let's get on Millwall's Twitter, and then we can go solely to the fixtures, which doing a live stream I should be telling you as it happens, and you already know them now, obviously, because the club's put it out. So a little bit of shit presenting from me there, but there you go. We'll have to live with it, won't we? Now I'm having a panic up and I can't find the official Millwall thing. Got it. Right, okay. We're in. So, Millwall fixture release. Ooh, it's big. Who the fuck is it? Where's the fucking list? Come on, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this, bruv. Right, sorry. Stick with me. Bear with me. Right. Let's have a look. I can't find it. Why can't I find it? Oh, that's why. Right. Let's have a look on Jake Sanders. He'll soon tell us. Good old Jakey. Good old Jakey Sanders. I'm going to be losing people on the fucking stream now. If I don't sort it out, right. Jake Sanders. Search. Right. Here we go. Millwall's first 10 opening matches. Right. The first 10 opening matches. Stoke at home. He was right. I was right. Stoke at home. Rotherham away. Brentford at home. Swansea away. Not bothered about missing that one. Oh, Wickham away. 17th for the 10th. Luton at home. Not fussed. Barnsley at home. Oh no, we'll be back for that. So the first game. We seem to have a lot of away games there. So 12th for the 9th. Stoke at home. 19th for the 9th. Rotherham away. 26th of the 9th. Brentford at home. So no one's going to be going to any of them. Then Swansea away on the 3rd. Then there must be an international break because it's Wickham away on the 17th. Which means if you've got a season ticket already, the first game that you're going to be going to is Luton at home on the 20th. For fuck's sake. So basically, after over a year away from the Den, the first two games you're going to get to go to are Luton and Barnsley at home. We always lose to Barnsley at home. So not the most inspiring games in the world. Luton at home on the 20th of October, and 4 days later, I assume on a midweek, is Barnsley at home on the 24th. So if you've got a season ticket, the first two games you're going to be going to are those games. After that, Preston away. You're not going to get to go to that. Huddersfield at home. The three most uninspiring, I don't want to be too negative, but proper uninspiring fixtures for the first fixtures you can go to at the Den. So if you've got a season ticket, the first three teams you're going to see us face after, by this point, which will be over a year away from the Den, I believe. I might have that wrong. It's going to be Luton at home, Barnsley at home, Huddersfield at home. Wow. As I said would happen as well, which I didn't want to happen. Yes, we've got Rotherham away first game of the season. Yes, we've got Swansea away. I've been there, not fussed about going back there. But we're also, it's looking like I asked for Wickham and Norwich after Christmas. And we've got Wickham and Norwich, both away, both early. Norwich I've done twice, so I'm not overly fussed about. But Wickham I've never done, so I did want to go to Wickham, which I'm not going to be doing now. So that's disappointing. What are we all thinking on the fixtures? Talk to me. That is very, very disappointing. Well, look, there's no positive outcome of these, is there? Because we're not going to the games early anyway. Yeah, Jerry Manlow said Dan's in an absolute 2-8. Yes, I was. Final day away at Coventry, says Simon Patterson. Yes, I was right. So whoever sent me that text message yesterday, it was right. It said Stoke at home first game of the season, Rotherham away second game of the season, Coventry at home New Year's Day, and Coventry away final game of the season. Coventry away, that's a shit. It's not a shithole. It's not a bad ground, but it's just an absolute soulless dome. And last time I went, they threw tennis balls on the pitch. Daniel Young says, do you think Millwall member cards holders will be able to get to the Den? No. The only way you're going to get a ticket for Millwall is if you was a season ticket holder from last season. That's the only way you'll get one this year, I believe, until this thing is lifted. Yeah, Bournemouth Boxing Day, says Danny Flattery. That's an interesting one, Dan, isn't it? Bournemouth away Boxing Day is a very, very interesting one. Is that a good thing or is it a bad? You know, during the summer would be lovely at Bournemouth, wouldn't it? But Boxing Day around Christmas, couldn't end up making a little trip of that. Any single boys out there like myself? Fancy a few nights down in Bournemouth. That could be interesting. Again, if the lockdown's lifted, who actually thinks we're going to get to go to any away games this season? Because I'm starting to doubt it now. I really, really am starting to doubt it. Okay, so there is no New Year's Day fixture for the person just asking there. We have got Bournemouth away on Boxing Day, and then we are home to Coventry on the 2nd of January. So there is no New Year's Day fixture this year, which is a shame because it's a bit of a it's a bit of a tradition, isn't it? I suppose for a lot of people, they go with their family. Like I go with my dad sometimes around Christmas, and he doesn't really go anymore. So, but he moaned like fuck last time I took him as well. Wolves away, so I probably won't take him this year anyway. Miserable old bastard. But yeah. It's going to be a very, very, very different season again. You know, make no mistake. Even if fans do come back, it will be limited. I don't think there's going to be a lot of away fans. It's a bit of an uninspiring season, as Joe O'Mara correctly said in the comments. He's not as excited this year, you know, as he is other years because it's not going to be the same. We could not get to an away game all season. Some of you might not get in the den all season. Some of you might. Well, I'm saying some of you, some me included. I haven't got my season ticket. Some of us may not get into the den at all next season, which means you could be looking for another 365 days at least away from the den. So weird times, strange times, different times, but it is what it is. Any fixtures that anyone is looking forward to? If you've got a season ticket, is there anything you're actually looking forward to? Going to. So this just to reiterate, if you are a season ticket holder, the first 3 games post the 1st of October is Luton at home, Barnsley at home, and Huddersfield at home. I don't think people who haven't got one are going to be too fussed about missing that, if I'm honest. So yeah, not the most inspiring 3 games at home you'll ever know, but at least you'll be there. So I suppose in one way that will be. That will be good. So I'm just looking at the fixtures on here. Millwall, from the club's official feed, Millwall will rack up the midweek miles in the first half of the season with 4 away trips to Preston. Oh, midweek. So we've got Preston away midweek, Norwich away midweek, Blackburn Rovers away midweek, and Bristol City away, all before Christmas. Bournemouth on Boxing Day and hosting Watford 3 days later. Well, that's not right because right. So we got Bournemouth Boxing Day on the 29th. We got Watford at home, so that that potentially that's one to look forward to. But again, with no away fans and a very very much reduced crowd at the Den, that's not going to be the greatest, is it? And I know it sounds stupid, but I have missed Watford. Right, I finally got it up, by the way. So let's look at our fixtures in September. Our fixtures in September are as follows. We've got Stoke at home on the 12th of September, Rotherham away on the 19th, and Brentford at home on the 26th. Write them off. No one is going to be going to any of those, whether it's at home or whether it's away. It's nightly. No one will be there. You could probably watch it on iFollow. Now, October. Jesus Christ, 6 games in October. Saturday, 3rd, Swansea away. No one's going to that. Went there last season, not fussed. Jeb Wallace, absolute banger. Thanks for coming. Saturday the 17th of October. Now, so far they said no fans at the Den or any away fans until the 1st of October. Okay, so there'll be home fans at Wickham, obviously, for that. You never know. Something might change. I don't think it will personally, but something drastic might happen. I didn't think the COVID lockdown would happen, so I'm not saying it's out of the question, but it's unlikely that we're going to be going to any away games this season, let alone in October. So the first time Millwall fans will return to the Den, it's a midweek and all, have that. Tuesday, the 20th of October, home to Luton. That's the first time season ticket holders are going to get the chance to go back. Later that week, we face Barnsley on the 24th at home. Then there's a lot of midweek away games, which is, I suppose, because fans aren't travelling, you've only got to worry about, well, there are for home games, you've only got to worry about the players, haven't you? You haven't got to worry about Millwall fans getting up to Preston on Wednesday night. So Preston away, done that the last 3 seasons. So that's not going to happen this year. Not fussed. Absolute shithole. Sorry for any Preston fans out there. And Saturday the 31st, we're at home to Huddersfield. So 3 fixtures for season ticket holders in October. The first 3 fixtures back at the Den. Luton at home, Barnsley at home, Huddersfield at home. You're going to get 3 games for your money. There will be people that can't get tickets thinking, not too fussed about them 3 anyway. Moving into November, we're away to Norwich on Tuesday the 3rd. And then we're away to Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday the 7th. Again, not fussed about those. Been to both of them, although both lovely grounds, especially Hillsborough. That would be weird. Hillsborough's absolutely huge. Imagine Hillsborough with like a reduced reduced crowd and no away fans. That'll be weird. Then Saturday the 21st at home to Cardiff, and Wednesday the 25th at home to Reading. I know, like, and to finish that month off, away to Birmingham. Been there 3 seasons in a row. I've been there about 20 times in total. Not fussed about that. So, although it's going to be good to be back at the Den for season ticket holders, the first 5 fixtures. Well, actually, I've just realised obviously that'll be Neil Harris's return. So there'll be no fans for Neil Harris's return. Well, there will, but it'll be a reduced crowd. Put it that way. So that'll be interesting. But again, look, things could change. Don't wait to see government guidelines, because by this point, teams could be back, couldn't they? Fans could be back in full. So let's hope so. But I don't think so. Wednesday, hang on. In December, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 8 fixtures in December. Blackburn away, Derby at home, QPR at home, Middlesbrough away, Bristol City away, Notts Forest at home, Bournemouth away on Boxing Day, which, if it could get lifted in time for us to go to, that's the first one I'm thinking, the first away game where I think there could be 1, a realistic half chance we could be going to, and 2, I really want to go to. I don't want to go Middlesbrough again. I will go Middlesbrough if I have to, because it's, as much as I'm a Mill fan as well, it's sort of my job to do it. So I will do it. January. Oh, sorry, just look at my birthday. My birthday is January the 28th, by the way, if anyone wants to send me a card or a present. January the 2nd, home to Coventry. New Year's Day. It's not really, usually get like a little bit of a bigger derby around that time, don't you? So that, again, I don't know if I'm finding it uninspiring just because of what's happening this season, or because it's uninspiring. The Championship is definitely, if you saw my chat with Benjamin Bloom, the Championship is definitely weaker this season, in my opinion, with the promotion of Fulham, West Brom and Leeds as champions. And the teams that are coming down, obviously Bournemouth, Watford and, help me out, Bournemouth, Watford and whoever else came down. But I know, Norwich. So yeah, again, no disrespect to Wickham, they've done amazing. But with Wickham coming up as well, there's an opportunity for us here if we can get going early. And Cardiff away is 2 days after my birthday. So a weekend in Cardiff isn't really what I was hoping for, to be fair, Jeff. But there you go. Moving into Feb, it is Saturday the 6th, Sheffield Wednesday at home. Saturday the 13th, Reading away. Wednesday the 17th, Birmingham at home. Saturday the 20th, Wickham at home. Tuesday the 23rd, Luton away. Saturday the 27th, Barnsley away. Knowing how lucky the first away day we'll get to go to will be that one in Barnsley, the coldest football match I've ever been to in my life. The only thing that warmed me up that day was Ben Marshall sticking in an absolute screamer, currently playing in the 87th tier of English Dog and Duck League. Tuesday, March the 2nd, Preston at home. Saturday the 6th, Blackburn at home. And there's a lot of back-to-back home and aways here. That's obviously, they've done it on purpose, haven't they? Because then you've got 2 away games. Derby away, Saturday the 13th. QPR away, Wednesday the 17th. Middlesbrough at home, the 20th. April, Rotherham at home on the 2nd. Stoke away on the 5th. Saturday the 10th of April, Swansea at home. And then Saturday the 17th of April. Oh, I'm pleased with this. Okay, so Saturday the 17th of April, we've got Brentford away. Obviously, a new stadium, and I'd like to go there. So I had enough of Griffin Park. I can't stand it. It was disgusting. So I stopped going to Griffin Park. I didn't go last time we played there, but we lost 3-2, then we was 2-0 up. And then 7 days after that, Watford away. I've always loved Watford away since I was a kid, as I've said many times. That was my first trip away I was ever allowed to go with my mates on my own. So there's a chance there that in April, if ever we're going to get to go to an away game, it could be around that time, maybe. So in April, with 2 London derbies back to back on a Saturday, with Bournemouth at home wedged in between. But Saturday the 17th of April, Brentford away. Saturday the 24th of April, Watford away. And then the 2 remaining fixtures in May. Saturday the 1st is Bristol City at home, and Saturday the 8th, Coventry City away. We take the Championship title, get promoted at Coventry on the 8th of May. There's a lot of games obviously crammed in there. If you look at that fixture list as well, we finish at the same time as we always do, and we're starting a month later. So there's a lot more games, which could mean a lot more injuries, which means we need to strengthen a little bit more in our squad. And And yeah, there you go. So I'm just looking at myself on the camera. I look absolutely horrendous, by the way. But there you go. What can you do? Let's probably stand a bit closer so you've got to look at my head so much. There you go. That's a bit better. So how are we doing anyway? Do you want to talk? Oh, my bonnet. So we're going to talk about some questions. Tom Mead. The last few games are an outrage. They're definitely trying to keep us down. Why did you say that? I don't know. I thought we looked alright the last few. Quite easy. I thought, well, not easy, but easier. A couple of London derbies thrown in. Yeah, I know what you mean. Brentford away, Watford away. They're going to be hard games, aren't they? But hopefully we can get the job done before that. Lapo Romani. Good morning, mate. How are you? Oh, Paul Kavanagh. Well done, mate, for correcting me. Paul Kavanagh says, Coventry not playing at this stadium. They're playing at St Andrews. You're correct, mate. Correct me. Thank you very much for that. Steve Lees says, December looks tough. Steve, the sheer amount of games in December, it's going to be, again, as I said, it's going to be a very different sort of season this season. John Robertson says, Dan, when does this transfer window close? I'll be honest, that's another thing I should know. I'm sure Benjamin Bloom would, but I don't know. And we've only got, it's 2 weeks tomorrow the season starts. I'm sure it is. Just check that on the calendar while I've got a phone in me, and I might as well. Sorry, listen, this is why I don't do morning streams. I'm not a morning person, as you can tell, with the absolute mess I got in trying to sort out getting the fixtures on the screen. Do a live stream to stream the fixtures and didn't know the fixtures before you lot. But and now I can't find the calendar on the phone. This is what can happen with me in the morning. This is why my dad used to shout at me when I was a roofer with him because I couldn't get out of bed. And then I couldn't wake up for hours and I'd do things wrong at work and get shouted at. So that's why I left that job and become a YouTuber. And today I don't feel I'm doing much better at that. So yeah, Millwall ready for it, Dan. Get the games begin. Ayo, says Mick. I added the ayo, that's from Anchorman. Let the games begin. Oh, there you go. Danny Chappell says, good coverage, mate. Well done. I'll take that, Dan. Cheers, mate. The transfer window, I don't know. Do I think we're going up, says Lewis Hazel. Again, I will refer to my new best mate, Benjamin Bloom. Then he said button. And if you look at his video that I did with him yesterday, it's up on the channel. He says, by rights, Millwall shouldn't be finishing any higher than 8th because there's 7 clubs now in the division with parachute payments. Some from their first season of parachute payments they'll get this year for getting relegated, and then another 4 in the division that are moving into their second year with parachute payments. Why is there 7 then? It should be 6. Anyway, so it will be difficult. I do believe we can press on. What could benefit us this season is obviously usually an extended pre-season, 12 weeks off. That gives bigger clubs chance to start buying all these silly players for millions and bringing in one for 5 million, bringing in Wayne Rooney, bringing in someone for 8 million. I know Wayne Rooney didn't cost anything, but the point is this. There's less time for the bigger clubs to splash the cash and flex their wallets. So it will be better for us. I like the way we're doing it. I know we haven't signed many. In fact, we've only signed 2 so far, both on loan. Troy Parrott and Ryan Woods back on a season-long loan. I like that because I like the way we go about our business. We do it softly. Last season was the first season, to be fair to Neil Harris, that he'd done it, and we signed 10 in through the door. And it didn't really take us time to gel, but we've got a core of a side. It says to me that Rowett trusts a lot of the players we've got and he's happy with the core of what we got. I could be completely wrong, and it could be that they won't give him any money to spend and he can't get anyone in that he wants on loan. But I like the way we got Woods back, a couple of little more additions here and there. Billy Mitchell's going to play more games this season. He's going to step into the Malumbi role. He will do that with conviction. Believe me, let me just tell you that now. So I think we're all right. We do need it. I would love to go out and buy a £5 million striker. Kiefer Moore's obviously gone to Cardiff. I would have liked him, but he obviously didn't like us. He's had 2 opportunities to join Millwall and turn it down both times. So hopefully his second move goes as well as his first one did. But yeah, I think very, very slowly, small steps, softly, catchy monkey, I think the term is. So yeah, I like the way we're going about it. And I said these big clubs haven't got the chance to spend big dough because there just isn't the time to do it. I don't know when the transfer window closes. I don't expect too many more to come in. if I'm honest. And again, I'm quite happy with that. Troy Paradise banging them in training yesterday. Steve Lees, my right-hand man. Cheers, Steve. Transfer window closes October the 16th. So there isn't long. Oh, there's 2 months. But look, again, bringing players in during the season, like it always used to be, by the way, before the rules changed a few years ago, that is harder. It's easier to get them in early, do the full pre-season tour, do the full pre-season training, get them bedded in with their with their new teammates, etc., etc. Jake Awayday says, which striker would I buy? See, this is again it's a good question. It's a difficult one because we previously in past years down our history have a good record for it, which is good. So it's hats off to the recruitment. But also we've had it off because any strikers that have ever done anything at our club, the majority of them, look who they are. Neil Harris, £30,000 I think from Cambridge City. Steve Morrison, £250,000 from Stevenage I think. Lee Gregory I think about the same amount of money from Halifax Town. We have got in decent low-level strikers and turned them into superstars for us. So we need to try and do that, which is difficult. And in this day and age, with social media, Instagram, show reels, people posting all their stuff out, players are getting themselves out there a lot more. So that will even push the price of the lower level players up a lot more. So we aren't going to sign a Premier League player for money. They're not going to want to join me, always have it right. We aren't going to sign I don't think you'll find many strikers, top strikers in the Championship. Again, let's be realistic, are going to want to leave their club and come and join Millwall. It's not going to happen. Which means we've got to try and get a Premiership loanee, young striker. Again, like we did with Troy Parrott, but they're a loanee and they're going to go back. And you can only tread that wall for so long, in my opinion. And then you're going to have to go League One, buy big. You're going to have to go League Two, buy big. And make no mistake, I think for a top striker in League One or Two, you may think I'm stupid, you're going to be paying millions for those. You're going to be paying probably $2 million for a League Two striker, I reckon. A top one who's scoring 30 goals a season, and about the same, if not more, for a League One. Your other option is to go to Scotland and try and pull something from there, or go abroad, which notoriously we're not very good at. So it's a difficult one. Who would I buy? I would have liked Kiefer Moore, but that ship has sailed, unfortunately. I've got to try and do something with Barney. Sorry, it's just absolutely... I can see it on the screen. It's horrendous. Right. George Cumley says, if we get Bennett, do you believe we will need more signings for... Sorry, someone just messaged me. Can I get my season ticket? I can't. I ain't got my own yet. If Bennett signs, do you believe we need more signings for our squad? In an ideal world, yes. I think if we get Bennett in and stick with what we got, we've definitely got enough for a comfortable finish. It's if we want to kick on again more. That's the problem. And I personally do want to kick on more, but I will be happy with what we got. If I could sign anyone, as I said, I'd definitely get a forward in on a permanent alongside Troy Parrott. I know we only play one striker up front, but I'm not having Bovarsson, as you know. Matt Smith, I don't mind to come on and try and score a goal off the bench with an header, which he does do, by the way. And Troy Parrott, obviously, Aidan O'Brien's left the club. So as it stands, we are down to 3 strikers. And I forgot about him, Tom Bradshaw. I don't mind Tom Bradshaw's work rate, but I don't think he's going to get you... Well, it's a weird one because he will get you goals because he scored 7 in 7 under Harris. He's not really fired under, although he's not played a great deal, he's not really fired goals in under Rowett, although I do like his all-round build-up play. I don't know what he's streaming for. Did I say 43 minutes? Jesus Christ. Conor Perry says, we don't need Kiefer Moore at all, I don't reckon. I just think he's a big lump. What he does well, what he did well against us at the Den, he'd take these high balls, and when Morrison used to flick them on for a Gregory, we don't play that way anymore. But what Kiefer Moore was doing, he was plucking balls out of the sky on his chest, bringing it down and bringing other people into play. And I just think he's technically good as well as a big lump. I think he's good with the ball at his feet. So I would have liked him, but as I said, that ship has sailed. Joe Baldwin says, now we got Troy Parrott, we need a left winger more than another striker. Jamal Lowe, we're going to need to sell. Well, Jamal Lowe's a right winger. He's right-footed. So maybe you want him to cut him from the left. But left wingers, it's looking like we're going to sign a right-footed left winger in Mason Bennett. And we've got Conor Mahoney. And we've also got Shane Ferguson. So I would say we don't really need a left winger. But, if that's your opinion, that's fair enough. On the right-hand side situation, by the way, we've got Jeb Wallace and Yuri Skalak. So... I know Skalak's complete backup to Wallace, but if Wallace was to go, I'm not saying he is, I don't think he will, but if he was to go, then that would leave us vitally short on the right-hand side. wouldn't it? Jacob Wayday says, why don't we sign any Premier League youth, bruv? You didn't say bruv, I added the bruv in. We did. We got Troy Parrott, didn't we? And let's see how that one goes. Troy Parrott's very inexperienced, but he must be very, very good because he's extremely high rated. And yes, he'll come in and do a job. And yes, I'm sure he'll be more than capable of playing at this level. But you don't want to swamp your team. Well, two's not swamping it. That's dramatic for me. But you don't want to swamp your team with too many Premier League loanees. Because trust me, the Premier League is one thing, but getting kicked the shit out of by a 6'4" centre back with no teeth is a different thing in the Championships. It is a lot more physical. The Premier League's a lot more crisp, fast moving, fitter players, better standard of players, better standard of passing. You'll get a straight pass off a winger like Jed Wallace or someone like that, anyone in the team. I wouldn't digging Jed out. And you could find yourself in a 50-50 with one of those aforementioned centre-backs. And then you're in trouble if you're someone like Troy Parrott. Not that I'm saying he'd pull out, but yeah, don't want too many young Premier League loanees. I think that's the short story long I'm getting at. Marcus Maddison is available on a free, says George Richardson. I have no idea who that is, and I'll be honest. I said this yesterday with Benjamin Bloom. I don't know about other teams' players, really. So asking me who we should sign, I can tell you how tall a Millwall player is, what colour his hair is, what he eats for breakfast, how many games he's played. But when it comes to other clubs, I'm not really that savvy with it, and that's why I just do a Millwall channel. Tom Mead, any updates on a Jason Malumbi return? I think them two will partner well. What are you talking about, Woods? I don't think Woods and Malumbi works well. I don't know anything on a Jason Malumbi return. And yeah, I don't really want personally Malumbi back, but if he came back, if we could buy Malumbi, I'd buy him. I'd buy him, and then next season, do this season, and then next season let Williams go to coaching full time, and then have Malumbi, Mitchell, Woods, Thompson, and Leonard if he's still there. Yeah. But I don't know nothing on a Malumbi return. Obviously, he had that little outburst, didn't he, with the Irish press saying, I'm not wasting my time playing under 23s games, and I will want games this season. I think he's done that to try and strong arm his own manager. I don't think he's done that as an actual indication that he wants to return to Millwall. So there you go. Lee Ayres says, I can see Wallace being played more centrally this season. For someone like Lowe would be ideal. I mean, listen, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, because for years I've said, please play Jed Wallace central. He's isolated on the right, and as a result, when he gets the balls on the right, he tries to make, at times maybe he tries too hard to make things happen because he's not getting the ball as much as he wants. So he feels the pressure of having to try and help us out more because he's stuck on the wing. I mean, I know he buzzes all around the pitch like a bumblebee anyway, but I just think he'd be perfectly suited to that 10. Could you imagine it? For example, I don't know, Woods and Thompson with Jed in front of them. That's a good free for me. That's a good free. Thompson as a forward man for me, I'm not so sure on that one either, to be honest. I'm not so sure on Thompson as a 10. Although he does score some bangers, let's have it right. And he did dig us out of shit when he come back on loan from Pompey, the season we nearly went down. And sort of saved our season a little bit, didn't he? Kept us up almost. But I don't know, I think I just prefer him playing that little bit deeper, Thompson. I think Jed centrally as a 10... a big problem I've got with Jed is his crossing ability from the right. I'll be honest, he's shocking. He's shit. He's crossing his shit, Jed. He probably gets 1 in 5 where he should be going. So if you put him central, that eliminates his difficulties with putting a cross in. I think it's a no-brainer. But again, look, maybe there's something there that's not right, because he said he used to do it at Pompey, Jed. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's something going on in football that I don't know about rating players and where they should be playing, because Neil Harris didn't play them then, and now Gary Rowett doesn't. And for me, imagine getting Jamal Lowe, imagine Troy Parrott up front, Jamal Lowe on the right, Mason Bennett or Conor Mahoney on the left, with Jed in a 10 with Woods and Thompson behind them. Telling me that's not a side that could do very, very well in the Championship. So for me, there you go. Come on, shake away days. Shake away days. I always get one, don't I? Always get one every stream. Come on, mate. Look at the title of the video. Jake Away Days. When's the fixture release out? The clues in the title, mate. Come on. Come on, Jake. Whew. Anyway. No, Jake, this is that video. The fixtures are out. We do face, by the way, for anyone that is joining late, we face We face, breathe, don't get angry. We face Stoke at home, first game of the season. We face Rotherham away, second game of the season. We also go to Bournemouth on Boxing Day. 3 days after that, on the 29th, we are at home to Watford. There is no game New Year's Day this year. We play Coventry at home on the 2nd, and then we also finish the season away at Coventry at St Andrews, not at the Ricoh Arena, which someone rightly corrected me on earlier. MFC 1885 says, I reckon a 4-3-1-2 could work well. Yes, that is pretty much what we play, isn't it? Away from home, we go with a 3 because that results last season away from home were very good with the 3 away. Sorry, I'm not picking my nose. It's worse than that. I've got a little bit of snot running for some reason. I shouldn't do morning streams. But yeah, the four, it's like, yeah, that does work well. 4-3-1-2. Oh, 4-3-1-2, you're saying? I don't know. Rowett doesn't like to play with 2 up top, does he? He doesn't like to play with 2 up top. Jake, I'm only joking, mate. Thanks for tuning in. I did obviously assume you joined late, but yeah, this is that video, mate. Good job you did join late because I got myself in such a state trying to find the fixtures. Surprised people didn't switch off. So thanks for staying with it. But yeah, the fixtures are obviously out now, available on the Millwall website, www.millwallfc.co.uk. I nearly said www.lionstv.co.uk, which is our website, little plug. But no, they'll be out now on the official club website. So they're the big ones, as I say. Stoke at home, opening game. Rotherham away, first away game. The first 3 games that you're going to get to go to, obviously, is in October. If you're a season ticket holder, you've got 3 games in October at home. The first 3 games you're going to get to go to are Luton at home, Barnsley at home, Huddersfield at home. Something to look forward to, isn't it? After that, we are around the Christmas period. Bournemouth away Boxing Day would be beautiful if we go to that one. I might actually have a couple of days down there and have the New Year in Bournemouth. That'd be great. And then, as I say, no New Year's Day game at home this season. We are 2nd of Jan at home to Cov, with Watford wedged in at home in between that on the 29th, and then we finish the season away again at Coventry. There's a lot of double ups this season. There's a lot of double home games, double away games. I'm assuming, if the players go to, say, Preston, they're going to stay up that way for 3 days and then play Sheffield Wednesday and then come home. I'm guessing that's like a safety guideline to protect the players in this. So fair play, to the players as well. They've got to go and do it this season in difficult circumstances. They're going to be an absolute vast amount of games because we're starting a month later than we usually start the season. We usually obviously start 2nd week of August. I think we're starting 1st week or 2nd week of September. So that, and the season still finishes on the 8th of May or 6th of May away at Coventry. So there's a month less, but the same amount of games all to be crammed in, as well as cup competitions. I'm surprised, actually, I'll be honest. It must be down to sponsorship. I'm surprised they haven't scrapped the Carabao Cup this year. There'll probably be outrage if they scrap the FA Cup. But the Carabao Cup is it's completely fucking pointless, let's be honest. And I'm surprised we either A, they didn't scrap it altogether, or B, give teams the opportunity to pull out, because clubs in the lower division, it's going to be costing them money to send their players here, there and everywhere. For a cup they ain't really fucking interested in and can't win. So that did surprise me, to be fair. But yeah. Oh, Jake Away Days is a Villa fan. Up the Villa. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Henry Salter, Mason Bennett, yes or no? Did I not just answer that? Yes, Mason Bennett. I want Mason Bennett at the club. I'll put that in a weekly roundup show, H. So obviously I haven't looked at that one, Jeff, have you? But there has been, this is the 4th video I've done this week, trying to bang them out thick and fast. So yes, Mason Bennett, yes please. We exercised we didn't exercise our right to sign Mason Bennett on a we had a time limit to sign him for $500,000 from Derby. We didn't take that offer up, but I personally believe, as I don't know anything, but in my opinion, I know Gary Rowett, I think we all know, really rates Mason Bennett. I think he wants Mason Bennett at the club. I think that's clear. So I think we could be trying to do a little bit of a deal. And as we spent no money at all, personally, I just would have given the £500,000 to I would have given the £500,000 to him. Oh, it's just a text about Jake Sanders from Jake Sanders. So, right. Bill KP says, can we go away days, Dan? No. No, you fucking can't. You can't go to any away days at all so far this season. No one's confirmed we can or we can't. Season ticket holders at the Den from October. I see people the other day, by the way, when I said Millwall going to play Crystal Palace in a friendly. People started commenting, putting fans, can we go? No, I didn't even put it in the original post because I didn't think people were that stupid, if I'm honest. I'm not calling you stupid, KP, by the way. I'll get back to your thing in a minute. I love you know that. No, listen. If you can't go to the Den till October for league games, then you're not going to be able to go to a friendly in August, are you? Think about it. So the first time we can go to any home games is season ticket holders from October onwards. When we get to October, that may change, but the current government guidelines is no one can go. Any away games whatsoever. That could change by the time we get to October. Who knows? I personally have got a feeling it won't change to at least 2021, which will be a shame, or the next season from the season coming up, so the 2021-22 season. I don't know. I think it will be, if people keep not listening. I had a rally the other day with some idiot in McDonald's because she's letting her kid throw teddies, and one of them hit me, and she said, I said, listen, I'm not fussed about a teddy hitting me, I'm an 18-stone man. What I'm fussed about is you letting your kids crawl around the floor with no face masks on, putting their fingers on me, putting their fingers on the floor. I mean, to be fair, both women looked like they stepped off the set of Jeremy Kyle. And the biggest question I had was, who would actually want to impregnate either of those? Because they were horrific. But that's by the by. If people keep acting like this is what I'm getting at, we'll end up back in lockdown. So, and listen, is the coronavirus real? Who knows? It's not for me to say. But they've given us guidelines to stick by. If we don't stick by those guidelines, then we could end up back in lockdown. Worst case, imagine that. We end up back in lockdown. I've got into half a tirade there, half a rant. I quite enjoyed that. It felt good. Got the blood flowing early morning. So, yeah, it's fresh off the set of JK they were, KP, honestly, mate. Both with red hair, both with no teeth. Honestly. Letting their kids crawl around the floor, throw teddies, pick it up, rub them in their face, touching my feet and my... And when the teddy hit me, she went, oh, sorry. I said, well, it's not the teddy. The teddy, I'm an 18-stone man. I can take a bit of fluff here. Me ain't the problem. The problem is you're not helping yourself out. If people going to a football perspective don't do the right things when we're at the grounds, then that could be a problem. What you don't want is people going to away games even though we're not allowed and turning up and trying to have punch ups with the home fans, and then we could be in all sorts of bother. Not Millwall fans. I mean any fans from any club. I'm not victimising our fans. I'm saying for any fan from any club, I would have thought you'll get somebody trying to turn up to away games and that from all sorts of teams from across all sorts of divisions. So, yeah, no good for me. John Robertson, Big Mac. I didn't go for a Big Mac, John, actually. I didn't want McDonald's. What happened was, my eldest son texted me, Mini-Me, as you all know him, said, do you want to go for something to eat? I said, yes. He came to me. We went to Bexley Heath, and everywhere was sold out because it was the Monday to Wednesday thing. So Nando's in Crayford was open. Went down to Nando's in Crayford, and that was fully booked as well. So we ended up in McDonald's, which isn't what I wanted. But yeah, there you go. And then the next day, but as this for the next day, this ain't about football anymore, but I'm going to tell you because I had an absolute touch. So the next day, I'm up Bexley Heath. I'm going to get my hair cut. I'm walking down Bexley Heath High Street. Oh look, Nando's Bexley Heath next day from where I went there and it wasn't open. It's now open. So I walk up to the door and say, hello mate, can I come in? And an absolute legend, I'm going to tell you his name in a minute, his name's Joe Astley, I think, said, really sorry mate, the restaurant opens tomorrow. Today is friends and family only. So I can't, and I went, oh right, fair enough. He went, but you're Lions TV, ain't you? And I went, that I am, brother, that I am. And he said, well, I'll tell you what then, I love your show and I'm going to put you down as my friends and family. Come in. So I went to walk in and his words to me were, it's all free by the way. And I went, pardon? He went, it's all free. So I said, Joe, you legend, I appreciate that. Can I then come back tonight with my a friend of mine and a couple of kids? And he said, by all means, come back. So I went back at 6 o'clock that night. We table at 4, my friend and her children, and we absolutely cleaned the gaff out. So Joe, you absolute legend. I followed you on Joe. Yeah, he's online now. Joe. I'm not going to tell you surname actually because you're all fucking stalking him for free Nando's. But I've got about £200 worth of free Nando's just for being Lions TV. Best thing, despite all the views, despite all the sponsorship, despite all the ex-player interviews, despite going to the World Cup in Russia and getting sponsored for that. The best part of this channel so far, I was absolutely buzzing for a free Nando's. So well done, Joe, if you're watching. Really appreciate that, mate. I'm going to drop them polo shirts up to you tomorrow, if you're at work, or Sunday. So that's just a little bit about my life. Right, Bobby. Dave Davis, have you heard anything about whether it will be a percentage of fans allowed back at the start of the season ticket holders, general sale, etc., and whether it will all stands but spaced out or what? Well, first of all, no away fans, so I'm imagining that Millwall will use all 4 stands, but again, I'm only guessing because, take for example a cup match where they just use the Kitchener stand. The reason they do that is so they don't have to open extra kiosks, so they don't have to pay extra cleaners to clean afterwards, so they don't have to pay stewards to steward it. They can pack it all into one stand, so it saves on cost. But at the same time, they want to get as many season ticket holders in the ground as they can. So they need to, I think, have all 4 stands open. So I think you'll see, for the first time since, I've actually sat in the North Stand at Millwall when we lost 4-1 at home to Southend the season that then opened. I think it was the first live game of the season. We got spanked by Southend 4-1. I actually sat in the North Stand that day because they used to let Millwall fans in the North Stand and put the away fans in a little corner section. They learned their lesson very quickly with that one. But I think they will let Millwall fans across all 4 stands. It's going to be, you've got to sit in your exact allocated seat. I know that. You've got to, it's going to be spaced out. I think you've got to get there. You've got to get there by a certain time as well. I actually woke up listening to the Actung Millwall podcast this morning. I fell asleep listening to it, and by the time I woke up, it was about 8 episodes in, I think. So you got a decent little bit of ad revenue off me there, Nick Clark, from last night, mate. If you're watching, which I doubt you are, but yeah, it's a difficult one, and I'm only guessing and giving my opinion on what I think makes sense to happen, if that makes sense. So I don't know for definite, but it is definitely, by the way, for whoever asked me that question, sorry mate, I missed it. Season ticket holders, if you've already bought your season ticket, and I think the club have got 2,900 sold so far. If you've already bought your season ticket, you're in for next season from October. From Luton at home is the first game. You can go to every home game after that. If you haven't bought your season ticket, yeah, they're going to release another 900 season tickets. The only way you can buy a season ticket is if you bought one last season. So I've had one for the last 4-5 years, something like that. So that's the only way you can get one, is if you're a season ticket holder from last season. So if you wasn't a season ticket holder from last season, you won't be able to get one of the 900 that are going to go on sale. I believe it's not going to be done on a point system. It's going to be done on a first come, first served. So, yeah. So I haven't got mine yet. So I'm going to be one of those 900 trying to get mine at mini meets because I haven't got mine yet. Times are hard in Lions TV Towers, obviously, with no games, no sponsorship money. So, for those who think I earn millions, I fucking wish I did. But no, I don't. So I'm going to be scrambling now to try and get one of those 900. If I don't know if there are going to be any complimentary ones from players, but I could maybe try and tap a few players up, but I'd rather not do that. So no, season ticket holders only, 2,900 sold so far. Another 900 will be sold to season ticket holders from last season. Right then, I think there's going to be another percentage. I think in total it's going to hold about 6,000. So they'll leave some for general sale, but only general sale to season ticket holders again. So if you was one of the, so basically the next 900 season ticket holders will go, right? So then there'll be 2, 9 and 9. So there'll be 3,800 season ticket holders in the ground, yeah? From October. I'm very handsy on. I can keep seeing my hands on the screen. Anyway, and then that leaves, I suppose, another 3,000, which they will put up for sale in and around games, but only to season ticket holders that didn't get a season ticket, if that makes sense. It's very long-winded, it's very confusing, but put it this way, you're not getting in the den until the government guidelines change, unless you're a season ticket holder from October. I think, in my opinion, away games, I'm going to say no this season. I don't think we'll get to any away games. And all fans in. I don't even think they'll do that. I think they may then go from 6,000. I don't think they'll go from 6,000 to letting us all in. But having said that, what do we get for an home game anyway? 13, 14,000. So it might happen, but it's going to be. Listen, it's going to be very different going forward. Very different for everything. It's even changed my mind a bit. This whole thing, just in general everyday stuff that I do, like going into a shop and picking up a drink and handing over a note and some coins and exchanging it with people and then getting coins back, putting them in your pocket, bringing them home, putting them on your side, and the amount of process them coins and notes must go through, it's starting to make me think. That's actually, thinking about it now, like paying for stuff with cash and coins is actually disgusting, isn't it? When you think about it. But yeah, like it's made me think, this whole Corona thing, like stepping away from football, like exchanging money with people. People know their friends and stuff. Going into a shop, old Jane up the road or old Ahmed up the road in the shop, you don't know where they've been or what they've been doing and what they've handled. You'd like to think they do things the right way, but going back to the two Jeremy Carlettes in McDonald's, you don't know, do you? So it's definitely different. It's definitely changed my perspective on the world. Sorry to get a little bit preacher, but going a little bit preacher on you. But it's a weird one, and I don't think football is going to return on that basis of what I'm saying. All leads back to football always. I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be the same for a long, long time. But there you go. Listen, I've got to end this stream there because I'm picking the kids up in, an hour. So I need to get in the shower and get going. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Sorry I messed up the fixture bits at the beginning. Sorry I look a little bit haggard and sweaty. But this is what I look like pre-12, pre-midday, unfortunately. And I got up early to do this. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you're happy with the fixtures. And let's hope we can get back to the den. And also, as important, if not more, away games in the very near future. There will be no videos from me now until next week. I am done. 4 videos in 4 days. I'm not looking for a medal. I'm just looking for a subscriber. So on that basis, if you haven't already, we are on the verge, 20 away from 13,000 subscribers. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you beautiful Lions. No, I don't know, end it. There you go. Bosh.